Welcome back to Keith's FIFA 18 story. My name is Ricky, and today Lincoln City are taking on Southend United in League One play. So we are away to at Southend. Lincoln City's been on a bit of a interesting couple of games. The last two games, we finally won one game in League One. Keith scored a goal and got an assist in that game. I really should have just left them in red because it's kind of hard for me to tell the difference between white shorts. Look for the white shorts. Yeah, definitely should have left them in red. Keith's doing fine for the most part. After the game, I wish I could remember who it was against. After the game they won, that Keith got an assist and a goal in. He got a League One Team of the Week. He made Team of the Week. How are they so much faster all of a sudden? It just feels like every single player got faster. But only on their team. It doesn't feel like Lincoln City's team is even remotely faster. Anyway, we're back on professional skill level. We did draw the game before, and I thought we were going to win it, and then in the 60th minute or something, they got a goal, and it was just the worst goal. It was outside the box. The keeper didn't even move. It was bad. It was a bad goal, and it was just one of those, and somehow the keeper still had a better player rating than Keith, which was more frustrating than anything else. But we need to win because we are just on the outside of the relegation zone. I mean, we're 7 games into the season. Lincoln City, we're not worried about going back to League 2 necessarily. But I will turn the skill level. If it's getting pretty close to the end of the season, I will turn the skill level down to secure staying in League 1. I mean, all right, now that was just sheer dumb luck. This is not going well. I'm just going to say it. This is not going well already. Anyway, I'm not going to talk too much about Keith today because there's not much going on in his life aside from the award that he got. And aside from, Lincoln City just being okay. He got to hang out with his parents for a little while after the professional skill level, that would have at least hit the keeper, I can't ever seem to get clear of any of the players. I'm sure there's some skill move I can do that would get me free, but it's just, Anyway, today I want to talk about, again, nothing to do with Lincoln City. I just kind of want to talk about video game difficulty and why I don't actually think hard video games are interesting. I don't. Because I just don't. And I think that challenge is one thing, but I think games that are just difficult, games like Dark Souls. Like, it's one thing for Dark Souls to have a hard mode that people love to play. But the game itself is just difficult just simply because they want it to be difficult. Like, a lot of people will then point to older games, like the original Legend of Zelda is the hardest game I have ever played in my entire life. It really is. With the easiest final boss, because, right before you get to the end, you can get, rings that, reduce the amount of damage you take and, quadruple the amount of damage you do. It's ridiculous. So it's the easiest. Ganon is so easy to beat in the original Legend of Zelda, but up until then, it is so hard. And you know why it's hard? Because the game was made in 1989 or whenever, and not in the modern era. Because they didn't know better. They couldn't know better, to be honest with you. They had no idea. Old games are hard because no one knew better. And now games are difficult for what seems like just no real reason at all. I mean, when you have people being flippant about a game being hard by saying get good, that's an actual problem. And I don't think it's fun to watch people, intentionally make a game harder. Like Skyrim, for instance. watching someone who's pretty decent at Skyrim, who knows the game reasonably well, but playing on legendary difficulty or whatever it's called. All of it's so much harder, and they don't ever seem like they're having fun. Because that, to me, is the most important element of a video game, is that it's fun more than anything else. How did I get dispossessed before I got possession? It was just, I mean, I know it's an interception. I know what that is. It's just, So, and I've watched people play Skyrim, and when they play it on the hard mode, like, even if they're really good at Skyrim, they don't ever seem like they're having fun. And I think part of this is just, it's not fun to lose. It's not. It's not fun to lose. I have only ever been broken by a video game once. I mean, truly just broken. And that was actually during Dead Money, the most recent Dead Money run. Because I didn't have a high enough skill level, because Dead Money is so skill-based, they might as well have called it Skill Money. Because there are too many skill checks. Like, that's the worst part about Dead Money. The Fallout New Vegas DLC, Dead Money. I probably should mention that in case you don't know what I'm talking about. Play it on Monday, a couple weeks ago. And I was unable to sneak out of the vault at the end. And I had to fight. I had to actually fight Elijah, which was a nightmare. I did beat him. If you go back and watch, I did beat him. But I actually stopped playing and recording. And it broke me to the point where I just was like, I'm just not going to do this. I'm just not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to do this. I also like to point out that it feels like Lincoln City doesn't know how to do most of the things, like Keith included, like myself included, that the AI opponents know how to do. Like, I've never seen a Lincoln City player do a slide tackle interception like that. You know? Or when they try it to stop the ball from going out of bounds like he just did there, they miss to prevent the corner. And a 2-0 loss. Okay, good. I don't know. I don't particularly find games that are challenging for the sake of being challenging. Like, there's a difference between a game being hard because you're not good at it. FIFA being a great example of this for me. I'm not very good at FIFA, so it's hard. Even though, like, professional skill level isn't that difficult. God, come. Keith, get on the ball. Fine. But it's a challenge, but it's a challenge I kind of want to overcome. I don't know if it's interesting enough to watch me get frustrated over and over and over again, though, because that's not fun. It's just not. It's just not fun. And it's not enjoyable to watch, because I've seen people die over and over and over again, and they just get frustrated and more frustrated and more frustrated, and it's like, I'm going to stop watching because you clearly haven't figured out how to fix this. It's called turning the difficulty down. No one will judge you, and if they do, you can go screw them. They can go screw themselves. Seriously. Because there's probably something that they are bad at that you are much better than them at. Like, for instance, for a lot of people that are very good at video games, they are very bad at playing musical instruments, and I am not. So I like to keep that in the back of my mind in case anybody ever tells me I suck at Fortnite. Yeah, well, at least I can play the guitar better than you. Probably. You know, that's not even a guarantee. There are plenty of guitar players who are better than me. Okay, well, that was actually a pretty good tackle there. I'm just going to say that. I mean, we're still going to lose this game because that is not the direction you pass the ball. My point being, I don't know how much longer we're going to stay on professional skill level, basically, is what I'm saying. I mean, you know, is it really fun to watch us lose 1-0 every single time? I mean, I know the last episode we were on semi-pro when we won 4 or whatever, but still. So Keith got a 5.4 player rating. It's okay because he got an 8.8 player rating like 2 games ago. The game he got both the assist and the goal lid. So it balances out in the long run. This has been Keith's FIFA 18 story. Thank you for watching. Come back soon for more FIFA 18.